NFL Week 2 predictions here on Finn Sports Podcast. We're going to get on with the games. The first game's already done. Our beloved Miami Dolphins have lost to the Buffalo Bills 31-10 and definitely not covering or not winning or anything. So, starting out with the way the games are, we're going to go over the first game of the Sunday is going to be Dallas at New Orleans. Dallas is going to get 6 points. So New Orleans is a 6 point underdog. New Orleans had the best game of last week. They blew out Carolina. Not sure they're going to blow out the Cowboys because the Cowboys had a good game, and we know they're really good during the regular season. So I still think the game's going to be close. They both play on indoor field. So and Dallas, I think New Orleans will cover the 6 point spread, but Dallas will pull it off in a close one. 24-21. Dallas will win, but not cover the spread. Detroit at Tampa. Detroit has a 7.5 point spread, one of the largest ones of the week against Tampa. Again, Detroit barely pulled it off last week. 7.5 points is a little too much for me. We're going to take Tampa, but Detroit will pull it off in a 28-27 game in Detroit, high scoring. Next, Indianapolis at Green Bay. Indianapolis is a 3 point favorite, which tells me that their Green Bay is really a 6 point underdog. Jordan Love not playing is probably an issue. Green Bay at home, though, I do like Green Bay covering the spread, and I do like them winning outright in Green Bay. Uh, the Green Bay Packers will win in a very close game, 17-14. Green Bay will win at home. This is the upset that I think you guys are all looking for. Tennessee at New York. New York Jets at Tennessee. The Jets are 3.5 point road favorites, which means this should be a blowout. But Tennessee let the game get away from them last week. I think this week they will actually pull off the upset and beat up on Aaron Rodgers, and they will win this game um, outright, and they will beat the New York Jets 21-20 in Tennessee. Minnesota at San Francisco, or San Francisco at Minnesota. San Fran on the road getting 4.5 point favorites. That means they're going to beat Minnesota by a touchdown. I'm going to go with the 49ers 34 20, 20 on the against the Minnesota Vikings. San Francisco, hottest team in the NFL, definitely showed that they are for real last week. New England at home against Seattle. New England is coming off an impressive win. They are going to be 3 point home dogs against New England. I like New England on this one at home. I say until they can prove they can be beaten, we're going to keep taking some of the winners. So New England will win at home in a very close game, 20-17. New England is going to win this game. Washington at home against New York, and Washington's getting 1.5 points with a rookie quarterback. New York played horrible last week. I have zero faith in them. This will be Jalen Daniels' first home win, and they are going to pull it off. And New York is going to become the worst team in the NFL very quickly, and they're going to lose 20-10 against Washington Commanders. Jalen Daniels' first win. You heard it here first. Los Angeles at Carolina. Carolina is in complete disarray. They're 5 point underdogs at home, which means this is going to be a blowout. Los Angeles Chargers win traveling to the East Coast and beating Carolina by the score of 28-10, a total blowout for the Chargers. Jacksonville at home against Cleveland Browns. Cleveland coming off a horrible game at home against the Cowboys, are 3-point underdogs against the Jacksonville Jaguars, who lost to the Miami Dolphins. But Jacksonville at home will win their first game of the year, and Cleveland will lose another close game, 24-23. Jacksonville wins, but they will not cover the spread. Baltimore at home, 8.5 point favorites, the biggest line of the week against the Las Vegas Raiders. I'm going to actually take the Las Vegas Raiders here and the points. I think it's going to be closer than 8 points. I think it's going to be a Baltimore win, but I think the Las Vegas Raiders are going to keep it close. 28-21, the Baltimore Ravens win, but they do not cover the spread. Arizona at Arizona, Los Angeles Rams. They actually played well Arizona last week. They almost beat the Buffalo Bills. Uh, and the Rams are also playing well, but they just lost Puka Nakua for the year. I'm looking at an upset here. I'm taking Arizona in the even line, winning their first game against the Los Angeles Rams at home. I'm picking them to win 21-20. Arizona with the upset, if it isn't an upset because it's an even game. But next we have Pittsburgh traveling to Denver. Denver is playing better, but they're still 2.5 point underdogs. Denver at home, I still think don't have enough of it against Pittsburgh and Mike Tomlin. Pittsburgh pulls off the upset and pulls off the favorite, I'm sorry, on the road against Denver. Denver's still in a growing Bo Nix and getting them up to speed. I think that's still a ways to go. Pittsburgh will win this game. They can't score touchdowns, but they will score 17-10 against Denver, and they will win this game. Kansas City is at home against Cincinnati. Cincinnati played a really bad game last week, got upset, and Kansas City at home for the second week in a row are 6 point favorites. We're going to go ahead and take the home team on this one. I'm thinking this is going to be a 21-28 game. Kansas City wins at home and goes to 2-0. Cincinnati going to 0-2 for the early slump of the season. And last but not least, Monday Night Football or Sunday Night Football, it's going to be CJ Stroud and the Houston Texans with a 6.5 point favorite on the Bears. And I am going to take the absolute Texans to absolutely annihilate the Chicago Bears in this game. Houston's going to win this game 28-10. This is going to be a blowout, guys. Last but not least, we have the Philadelphia Eagles at home by 6 against the Atlanta Falcons. Kirk Cousins looked really bad last week. I don't see this improving against Philadelphia. I see Philadelphia winning by a lot, 35-17. We might see Michael Penix at the end of this game. So there you guys go, guys. This is my picks for week 2 of the NFL season. Again, if you like this type of content and you want to see more, please click on the subscribe button, hit that like button. And again, we might have lost on that first pick with the Dolphins. We were a little bit off. Actually, we were way off. I'll just say that. We're way off, but we're going to make this up and we're going to get this back on track. Again, Dolphins lose to the Bills, but this rest of these picks, guys, they're absolutely solid, and you shall see what I'm talking about. We'll talk to you guys next week. Until then, have a great weekend. God bless. Peace.